Hello again, I am Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Creator Team with Brabham Racing. Round 3 tonight, we are heading to Melbourne for the Australian Grand Prix. So, 12 days to go until the Australian Grand Prix. We have a little bit of work to do before then. Let's start by advancing some time. Okay, our race sim has hit level 1, finally. Very nice. Let's see, we've got 3.5 mil. How much will it cost to upgrade again? Another 1.9. Expensive. Probably a little bit more than I can afford right now. Hold off on going for another upgrade. Tour sensor. That one we will upgrade. Because that one will be a lot cheaper and will increase how much money we get per week. We still have not started building a weather center yet. Something we should probably look at. Another boardroom upgrade would be nice, but again, I want to keep some money back. We have got some upgrades about to drop, ready for production in just a few days. So I want to make sure I can actually afford to get those started. Oh, what a surprise! We've got a design center fire every single season. It doesn't matter which version of the game we're running. So sick of design center fires. All right, we've got an interesting mix here of positive and neutral. There's nobody unhappy at the moment. They're all very unhappy with the performance of the car. That's the biggest factor for everybody. But overall performance or overall mentality, pretty good. That's nice to see. That is our current spare part situation. Oh my God, 2 weeks. Oh man. And we've got no choice in the matter. We have to shut it down. Which means those upgrades that were going to drop in just a couple of days are now 3 weeks away. Okay, well, we may as well go ahead and start doing some more upgrades then. Let's go for another race sim upgrade. And let's go for another boardroom upgrade. There we go. It's so annoying. Memorabilia room hits level 2. And that's too expensive to upgrade. Just. Evening, Victor. Helipad. We should be able to afford that. Yes, we can. Go. And we get our team hub up to level 1 as well. So that will start to give us a boost to how quickly our staff develop. So that's nice. Let's take a look. That's had a really, really good effect on the mentality of the team. We now have 8 who are positive and 1 who's positively beaming with enthusiasm. And that is Mick, who's the driver that we are pumping our weight behind at the moment. There you can see lots and lots of facility upgrades giving him the jollies right now. Fantastic stuff. Right, there was something else I was about to do, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, yes, I know what it was. We're going to look at maybe trimming things down staff-wise a little bit. We check in with our sponsor plan. Wish I could see when we'd done these. Okay, we're not affected by engineering or scouts. I'm going to keep one scout because I think a scout is going to be, important. But I am going to trim down the size of our engineering team by 2. And that will save us about $9,000 a month, 8-9 grand a month, something like that. It's not a lot, but over a season it will add up. So let's continue to advance time. Evening, Dino. Evening, Packins. Good news for Dino. His drivers did not hit each other in Saudi. Fantastic. But you did get a 12-second stop. Oh, 12 seconds. That is that with like a wing change or a penalty as well, or is that just a straight stop of 12 seconds? Because if so, that is one of the longest stops I've ever seen, to lose 10 seconds on a standard normal pit stop with nothing else. So that's an achievement. That's something to be proud of. No wing change or penalty. Whoa. All right. So, Dino has laid down the marker. 12 seconds for a standard tyre stop with no penalty or wing change. All right, here we are then at Albert Park. This is going to be a brutally bad race for us. I can honestly, give you my opinions on that. I think we are going to be so far off the pace here that it's not even going to be close. So we're going to be praying for retirements. We are absolutely going to be praying for retirements. No new parts to put on the car. You can see the wheels have changed ever so slightly on the car. I did go in and do a little bit of tweaking in our team branding. I've changed the helmet colours again, just trying to find something that pops a little bit more for the drivers, but doesn't look too garish. And I figured I tried sort of the Germany colours, but flipped a little bit. So we've got yellow with red and black stripes, or yellow with black stripes and red trim for Logan, and then a bit more red there for Mick. As far as the car itself goes, I changed the wheels. Just wanted to see what those look like on a race weekend. A little bit different to what we've normally been using. And then I have changed, as you can see, the rear wing and put WebFixer AI as the sponsor on the rear wing now, and then moved them onto the main body, not the top flap. And one other thing I did do is you can just about see, maybe, let me go in this way and show you, is I repositioned our Miram Coin Halo sponsor a little bit, so that no longer should no longer print underneath as well. And there we go. That's it for changes. Everything else is still as it was. Right, let's set targets for tonight. How optimistic do I feel here? Well, not that much. I'm going to go 21st. I'm going to hope that we have a retirement. I'm going 21st and 21st, just in case we don't get that retirement. It doesn't matter if Mick finishes ahead of Logan. It doesn't matter whether we get a retirement or not. We'll still get a payout, and if we do get a retirement, we'll get a double payout. Obviously, Mick is the driver we want to back because he has slightly better performance at the moment, and he now has the highest stats thanks to his increased confidence through the mentality hub.
It's wonderful to be back down under for the Australian Grand Prix. We're a stone's throw from the beach here at the Albert Park circuit. It might be party mood in the grandstands, but in the paddock, expectations and tensions are high.
It's Ferrari who are currently ahead in the constructors' standings. But at just the third round of this year, the title could be anyone's.
Let's see then how the weekend unfolds.
All right. So I have run this race with my Voltec team in the last day or so. Ran it last night or this morning, I'm trying to remember. But the Melbourne DRS is still broken, so it's the second DRS straight after turn 2. Still doesn't work, which is frustrating. Hoping that will be fixed. Let's see. I want to go with something like that, I think. Let's go with that, see how that works. And then for Schumacher, we'll go the other way with the roll bar. We'll go the other way with the camber and the toe as well. There we go. New powertrain parts not needed yet. They are still viable, despite the big shunt last night. Just have to be careful with them.
That's great.
Copy. Loud and clear.
Radio check.
Copy, radio check.
Radio check loud and clear.
Alright, so
Stay off the curb.
let's see
Copy.
if we get any more mirroring underneath the rear wing with those changes. They can see the Miram coin
Focusing any
halo
tires
not
there.
printing
Copy.
underneath anymore. The angle does look a bit weird, so I might have to pull that back a touch more. That needs a little bit more refining. And there we go, yeah, no more Miram coin printing underneath. So that's back as expected. I really don't know how I want to approach this race strategy-wise. Whether I want to go for the standard 2-stop or maybe try for a 3-stop. I think probably a 3-stop, just so that we're not constantly running into traffic. Or maybe a conservative 2-stop. I don't know. What's the weather conditions like? It's going to be sunny. Similar temperature to now. So what's the track temperature like now? Only 28 degrees. That means it's going to be probably quite tricky to keep temperature in the tyres if we run a very low pace.
And tires are a bit on the cool side, so just watch out.
So maybe we go with a 3-stop
Okay,
then.
feedback.
All right, first bit of feedback for Schumacher is 76%. Not too bad.
Noted.
And what about Logan? Oh, only 40. That is not so good.
Really poor
Evening,
traction.
Andrew.
Copy, understood.
Right, so let's drop that down to a 13. Let's push that up a bit more to a 7.5. Let's drop that down a little bit more as well. That is not looking too bad. Let's go with that. Right, so we know the roll bar is going to be wrong. Let's move that over to there. Let's go with a 7.3. Maybe an 8.2. Let's try an 8.2 for the moment. Pull that back. Let's look at a 7.3 or maybe a 6.4. Yeah, let's try a 6.4. There we go. Few young drivers in. SZT. Who is SZT? Kasper Stucker. One of the young Red Bull reserves there. We're also seeing who else? Jack Crawford in for Aston. Teo is in for Sauber. Is it just those two? Thought there were more than that. No, it's just those two. Oh, no, wait. And Felipe is also in for Aston as well. We have got penalties for Fittipaldi and for Ocon tonight. They won't apply, obviously, until qualifying.
As before, focus on your tire temperature target and the brakes.
Copy.
Which Grand Prix is this? This is the Australian Grand Prix. Albert Park in Melbourne. All right, we've improved to 79%. There's still work to do for Logan, but that's definitely a good turnaround. He was, what, 40% after his first run? And as for Mick, 76%. If anything, we've made maybe 2 or 3%.
Yeah, copy that.
Not much progress at all. Oh, excuse me.
Checkered flag, Mick, checkered flag.
All right, changes then for FP2. That needs to go out a bit more. Let's go to a 7.3. Need to push that out a bit more as well. Let's go with that. We want to go for about 30 laps of fuel, I think. Look at Mick. Let's have a look. So we've gone too far there. Let's bring that back to a 6.4. That is going to need a lot of movement. Not quite sure if that's right. I don't think it is. Let's pull that back a bit. Let's go up to an 8 on the front wing so that I can bring that back, get the spacing a bit better. There we go. More comfortable with that. So we'll try that, see how that shakes out. Again, we want to go for about 30 laps of fuel. And off we go.
That's green now. Green now. Just focus on getting the brakes.
Copy. Copy.
Just be careful on exit curves.
Copy.
So hopefully this will be the run where the setups drop in quite nicely. Speaking of dropping in, it has officially been confirmed now, although it was pretty much, guaranteed as soon as Monza was over. Ollie Behrman will be subbing in for Esteban Magnussen at Haas for the Baku Grand Prix. No surprise there whatsoever. Kevin picking up a one race ban, which I initially was like, oh, yeah, he deserves it. He deserves to be banned. He's been a menace all season. But, I have since seen replays of his incident with Gasly at Monza, and it was nothing. It was a complete nothing burger of a collision. They barely touched. It did no damage to either driver. Lost no time for Gasly at all.
Yeah, copy that.
That was a very harsh penalty that he picked up.
We understood.
So, Yeah, very surprised by that. That actually triggered a penalty. But I do feel he should have had more than just 3 points for Miami. So that kind of tracks a bit. You know, his driving in the sprint was, appalling. So I do feel he's kind of earned it in that respect. All right, that's going to be an 8-2. That's going to be all the way back there. Let's try that. Yeah, absolutely no surprise to anybody that it's Behrman who's being drafted in, given that he is going to be driving Magnussen's car next year anyway.
We'll box the end of this lap.
Makes perfect sense to stick him in there. Well, no, I suppose technically he's driving Hulkenberg's car because he was confirmed after Hulkenberg, and after Hulkenberg had signed for Audi, and then Magnussen was confirmed to be leaving after after they'd already signed Ollie, and then they signed Ocon. So yeah, technically he's driving the other car, but you know what I mean. It's just semantics at this point. Be another chance to see how he does. I don't know if that's going to be the complete end of his F2 championship run. I don't know if he'll be back in the car in F2 again afterwards or not.
Switch the pit limiter on.
I think there's only one race
Stop
left
on the marks,
now,
find pre-start rev, switch off.
and that'll be the season finale at Abu Dhabi. F3 has already finished. How far away? 5%. Okay, so let's bring that back. Not sure about that. Yeah, let's go that way. There we go. Fingers crossed. That will be it now for both of our drivers. I am going to be doing a
How is the tire? How is the jag?
sort of a trial run stream tomorrow, probably about 7ish in the evening
And feedback on tire
on
stage
Twitch.
when you have capacity.
My channel is JimBob_JBPG. So do feel free to check that out. I will post a link on my community tab later on tonight.
And feedback on car balance when you have
Close,
capacity.
98%. So that's 2 clicks of toe, and that will be absolutely spot on.
Yeah, that's fine.
How close is Schumacher? And those tyres have died a death.
How is the balance?
96. Oh, still
Much
not
better, much
where
better.
I need it to be.
Yeah, copy that.
You got it.
Spot in. So 2 clicks of toe. It can only go in one direction. So that should be it. Okay. Right, that should definitely, hopefully, be at least one car sorted now. Into final practice.
That's green. Work your brakes.
Copy. Yep.
Stay off the curb. It unsettles the car.
Copy.
Followed advice there from Gary Gannon. It is, every time I hear something like that, I always think of Hot Fuzz. Hey, Angle, don't go being a twat now. I think that's good advice to live by. Don't go being a twat now. Evening Ring Critic. Is it better if they don't touch the curves during practice? It just helps to reduce the amount of wear that goes on the engine components. Not by a lot, but just a tiny little bit. over 10 races, it can be a lot. No, not really. It doesn't make a huge amount. It really doesn't. But it just a little tiny bit and just helps prolong your engine just that, maybe an extra lap or two here and there. It's not worth a huge amount, but every little does add up. What you will get is more of a there we go, perfect. Mick is sorted. What you will get more of a definite visible gain on is running your ERS in harvest only against regular. That can be like 2 or 3% battery, ERS life saved, or at least it was. I haven't checked it in this version, but in 23, running your ERS in full harvest mode over an entire practice session and over an entire practice weekend, as opposed to in neutral, could save you 2 or 3% on the life of the ERS unit. So, you can imagine that over a long season, 24 races, will definitely save you a lot. And there we go. We are sorted with Logan as well. Both our cars into the garage. We are done with practice. Evening, Mr. Water. So I just need to run down the clock now while we wait for the rest of the grid to finish their practice sessions. And I'm not going to qualify us for this Grand Prix. We're going to sit out, start from as far back as we can. There are two cars that let's not forget, who have got penalties. That is Fittipaldi and Ocon. I think Ocon has a 5-second penalty to carry over, so that's 3 places, just for torpedoing Alonso. Fittipaldi has a 10-second penalty for causing a double collision in the last race, so that'll be 6 places. So he may well start in last place. But I want us to protect our driver mentality, our confidence as much as we can, because this is going to be a very long race for us. It's going to be a very slow race as well. And there you can see the primary difference between the two. Mick, thanks to that longer affinity with his engineer, has a much shorter very low confidence bar, about half the size of Logan's. So Logan's will reduce over time, and he will start moving up into very high when he hits 100%, but that's a little way off yet.
Qualifying is coming up, and the drivers will be ready and raring to go.
These days, it's a much faster layout here at Albert Park, and teams need to focus on getting high and medium speed cornering right to set a good qualifying time.
So as we head into this qualifying session, Karun, how do you think Lando's going to be feeling?
We saw them set an impressive lap time in practice, so it's a great start as they move into qualifying. But as we all know, a good performance in practice doesn't guarantee success over the rest of the weekend.
And with that, Let's get back onto the track.
That should be the green light.
So we're staying in the garage. Save our tyres. Let's see if there are any surprise eliminations at the end of this session. Now we have got some very slow times out there at the moment. Drivers making mistakes and then aborting their lap. Hamilton, Joe and Albon have all made mistakes on their first run. Hamilton improves now up to 7th with his second run. Who's it on? Was it Joe? Joe's 14th, just ahead of his teammate there. Let's see what Albon can do for his next run. We've also got a little bit of a hold-up for Hülkenberg and Russell, for them being 3 seconds off the pace. Albon improves, but still not a great time. In fact, let's take a quick gander at other teams' cars in terms of powertrain, because we did see quite a lot of retirements last night. Let's see who has borne the brunt of that. So there we go. Verstappen putting it in the wall in the first lap. His engine's down to 68. His gearbox is down to 31, and his ERS is down to 65. As a way of direct comparison, that's the condition of Perez's car. So he's not lost a huge amount in terms of the engine, but he's lost a lot in the gearbox and a fair bit on his ERS. Russell's fine, Hamilton's fine. Ocon, surprisingly, is fine. He went in nose first, so that protected his engine. Gasly has taken a bit of damage. You can see his engine's down a little bit. His gearbox is down a fair bit as well. But his ERS is only down a little bit. I'm waiting to see what Alonso's car looks like. That's going to be a mess. Let's take a look at Fittipaldi. He's running a brand new gearbox, so he completely killed the gearbox last night. He's also taken a big chunk out of the engine there, about 30% out of the engine, and about 40% out of the ERS unit. Magnussen's fine. Hülkenberg is fine. Ricciardo, Tsunoda has taken some damage, maybe. No, it's just slightly more wear. That's all. Valtteri is running a brand new engine and a brand new gearbox, and his ERS is already looking pretty ruined. Joe is fine. Stroll is fine. Let's have a look at Alonso. He was absolutely smashed to pieces in the back of the car, and that has done some significant engine damage and ERS damage, and he's got a brand new gearbox. So a few cars having to run replacement parts already. We're going to ride with George as he starts his flying lap. Bottom of the standings so far. Needs to find quite a bit here. See if he gets a clean run. He's going to potentially have traffic at turn 1, maybe. There's a Red Bull just coming out of the pits. There's 2 cars coming out of the pits. There's a Williams as well. Oh, and that could be George eliminated. He lost a huge amount of time there through turn 2. He should just sneak through, I think, but that will definitely have cost him a fair amount. coming up to the end of the lap. There is another Williams. This will give him a little bit of... Oh, no, it's pulling into the pits. I thought he might get a little bit of a tow there. And Russell is out. He lost a second in that turn. At least a second. He might have lost more than that, but he only found a second. He was flat out everywhere except for turn one, turn two. So that cost him quite a bit. How much slower is he than Hamilton? He's 1.2 seconds slower than Hamilton, so you could argue that cost him 2 seconds. That he should have been at least a second further up the field. So that's a big, big loss of time there. And that is an elimination for George. Albon's on his flying lap. Max is in the drop zone. That is George moving slowly in front, I think. Is George going to get in the way at the end of the lap here? Nope, he pulls out of the way. Evening Cloud. Let's not forget Max's car is slightly underpowered now, but it should still be good enough to get through comfortably. And he is through, up into 5th place. Albon has improved as well. He is now up into 12th place. Just the Saubers. Bottas gets up to 12th. That eliminates Ocon. Zhou cannot get through. So it is Esteban Ocon out in 17th. Then Zhou in 18th. Enzo Fittipaldi in 19th. Then it's George Russell in 20th. And he would have been slowest of the lot had we actually run. But he will be starting just in front of us. Fittipaldi will be at the back of the grid with that 6th place penalty that he has. Ocon will be right near the back as well with his 3 place penalty. Let's see, where did Ocon qualify? He qualified in 17th, so he will start in 20th place. No, he will start maybe 21st. Depends. I think his penalty is applied before Fittipaldi's. So, yeah, theoretically he'll be starting 20th, then get promoted up to 19th. And then Fittipaldi will be behind both of our drivers. Let's see who's stuck it on pole. It was Max. And not amazingly faster than everybody else. Leclerc was only a 10th away in the Q2. And then about 2.4 tenths away in Q3 there. Lando in 3rd. Sainz in 4th. Perez 5th. Then it's Hamilton, Stroll, Tsunoda, Piastri all the way down in 9th. And Ricciardo 10th. So row 5 is the Australian row there. Both Aussie drivers starting side by side. Alonso will be starting 11th ahead of Bottas, all the way up in 12th. Then Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Gasly, Albon, and then the reordering of the final positions yet to be done.
Well, the fans here are all set, every one of them eagerly awaiting the 58 laps of today's race.
Albert Park often seems to set teammate against teammate, from Hill and Villeneuve dueling for the 1996 win to Bottas beating fellow Mercedes driver and pole sitter Hamilton to the win in 2019.
Albert Park is a deceptively easy track to learn, but it's just as easy to make a mistake around its walled sections and gravel traps. The street circuit is high downforce and just as heavy on brakes as it is on tyres. It's race day and final preparations are underway.
So 20th and 21st, that is our confirmed position. I think I'm going to have a look at the 3-stop. Certainly got the tyres for it. Let's look at a very, very short first stint. That's a bit too short, I think. Yeah, a little bit too short. Okay, so that is 9 seconds slower. That's a lot more than I thought it would be. Alright, let's take a look at a soft, medium, medium. Can't really make that work. Let's look at a soft, hard, medium. And that is 3 seconds slower than a medium, hard, medium. Choices. I do really only want to maybe we still look at an earlier stop. It was something like that instead. Give me a bit more flexibility to push those mediums a little bit harder. Mixed tyre wear hopefully will be a little bit better. That's only 2 seconds slower than the original strategy. Can I maybe just squeeze a little bit more out of that? It's going to be more important to protect Schumacher and his confidence, I think, than it is to protect Logan. So we'll go with that. We'll go with the 2-stop, the hard to medium to hard to medium for Sargent. In fact, let's actually make that medium to hard. Like that. Evening, Lionel. I take it you finished dancing on the ceiling. I'm going to take 2 laps of fuel out, and we're going to go neutral with strategy off the start. I'm not going to push anything. Let's head to the track.
Welcome back, everyone. The final preparations are now being made as we head into the race. We look now to Esteban Ocon, who's clearly ready and raring to go.
I don't think there'll be many expecting them to mount a challenge from P19, but I wouldn't discount their chances.
This should certainly be a good one, folks. Get ready for the Australian Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
All right, let's see how we do. Good start there for Sargent, gaining multiple positions. Schumacher dropping down one. Shows little
Now
lockup.
this was at turn 1. The wheels just lock up there. Now they did leave it very late.
There we go. Norris is... oh, another car running wide. That is Gasly.
Doing what you're doing.
Great job on that.
Now this is Logan Sargent. The gap opens up.
And that
for
was
them.
us
Really, what
pushing 2
fantastic
cars
driving
wide.
that was.
Sargent's getting his elbows out here. Let's go with the battery now.
Overtake is available.
While we have a chance to try and stabilise. Russell's up to 14th. What a start from George Russell.
It's a long race, so
We have lost a place.
focus.
That was to be expected.
DRS enabled.
Schumacher still just pootling around a little bit at the back here. Going to whack his battery on now, try and stay ahead of Gasly.
Ocon
Close back up to the cars in front. And now we want to try and stay with Hülkenberg if we can.
mode push.
Give him a little bit more tyre as well.
You can increase the pace.
So there is a tyre situation. Might be tricky to stay with Hülkenberg given that he is on soft tyres, but we'll see what we can do. Oh, we're already 2.5 seconds behind. Yeah, never mind. Schumacher's already dropped a couple of seconds off as well. And Fittipaldi is really going for it. He's had a good, strong start as well. He started last, remember, and he's up to 16th now. He's really flying. He's already a 1.5 seconds ahead. And now Albon gets us with the DRS. And this is where Logan's race starts to fall apart.
A lot can happen. First up behind Ocon.
Bottas has a fault already.
But the car's definitely not happy. Surely some kind of fault.
And absolutely no useful information there from Crofty. Russell now up to 12th place. He's really flying.
Charge on, charge on. Copy.
Gasly's got ahead of us. We'll stick with him for now.
Let's recharge a bit.
Copy.
I can't even stay with Albon. Even with battery and tyre push, we have absolutely zero pace here. And through goes Ocon, and that is another big chunk of confidence lost.
DRS is currently disabled.
I've got one more lap I can keep the tyres like this. If we can't stabilise our performance, Joe's going to grab us here as well. And they see Mick has got ahead of Gasly.
Charge on, charge on.
Copy.
And yeah, we've already been dropped. There goes Joe. So,
Cool the turn more if we can.
not good at all.
Copy. I don't know where my pace is, man. I'm really struggling.
Yeah, it's not so much your fault there, Logan. It's just a really, really shitty car.
To recharge the pack.
Gasly is going to get past us again. It's just a question of where and when and how much damage it's going to do to our confidence level. We are keeping him behind for now. Sargent is just about hanging with Joe. There goes Gasly.
Just a little more management, please.
Oh, that's a huge amount of confidence lost. That's an entire bar of confidence. Got a yellow flag. That is Magnussen.
We'll get back in this fight.
Now we should be able to take a look here. Now this was at turn 3. Oh, and the car locks up. And they'll need to be
Big
mindful
lock
of
up
the
there.
effect that that had on the tyres.
Yeah, that's ruined those tyres. Look at them. They're down 20% against Fittipaldi. He wouldn't have lost that much from the lockup, but he certainly lost a fair bit. Probably lost about 10, maybe 12%.
Remember to be on top of management.
Yep.
So we should hopefully get the DRS here off Magnussen, which we will do. Just trying to sneak little bits of battery here and there where I can. I'm keeping Mick away from Gasly deliberately here,
How was the day?
because if he's close enough to overtake but not close enough to push on and get into someone else's DRS, he's just going to keep getting overtaken back, and it's going to just destroy his confidence completely. So I'm running him in full harvest, get his battery topped up. I'm going to save the tyres a little bit as well.
Copy.
Let's go into top up
Just
now,
hold back a little
with
bit.
a view to going into neutral soon.
Copy.
Okay, charge on.
Copy.
Gasly is going to catch Sargent. Just a question of when. I don't really have any battery to play with for Logan at the moment. And there is Mick, way at the back. So I think without any retirements, we are likely to finish 21st and 22nd tonight. I just don't see us having enough pace to stay ahead based on how things are going right now. Although the AI does like to go very aggressive in the first stint, maybe they'll be a little bit calmer after the first stops.
Tires are good.
We'll see. See the difference between Schumacher's tyres and Gasly's tyres there. 15% already. We haven't done any pushing on the tyre at all with Mick. We did push Logan's tyres for about 2-3 laps. And we are losing ground now to Joe and Magnussen. So those two are starting to swap places in the DRS. Let's turn Schumacher's tyres up again now.
No tyre managing required. Let's use it.
Let's see how our pace stacks up against the rest of the field. 1:26.4, so we're 1.3 seconds slower than Magnussen. About half a second slower than Gasly. We are a little bit quicker than Mick, but Mick's been running in a low pace setting. This lap will be a bit more of a tell. This will also be the lap that Gasly gets on the back of us.
Overtake is available if needed.
So this will be a slower lap now for Logan.
Plenty of
Start
pace
moving
available
Mick
in
forward
the
again.
Copy.
And through goes Gasly.
Yeah, it's a joke. Anyway,
Keep your head down.
And there's Logan all the way down into very low confidence. Magnussen into the pits. Fresh set of mediums. He did destroy those tyres earlier on. So not surprising he only did 8 laps. Gas is already gone. And I am going to further hurt Logan to give Schumacher a little bit of a boost back up to good pace.
Okay, Mick, charge on, charge on.
Copy.
That's Hulkenberg into the pits already.
Like a couple laps or sooner than that?
Super aggressive defence there from Sargent.
Okay, charge on, charge on.
So Hulkenberg has really pushed hard and he is out and right on us already.
Hulkenberg behind his DRS.
Understood.
Both cars are going to get overtaken very quickly here.
How's the deck?
Starting to feel the fronts a bit.
We'll just see what we can do.
Logan does not want to play ball, does he? He does not want to give up the place to Mick. Should get through this time. Will Hulkenberg get the pair of us? Now he has to tuck in.
That's Sargent ahead.
And still, Logan is holding up Schumacher here. There we go. Mick finally gets the move done. Or does he? No, he doesn't.
Okay, let's make the most of it.
Well, this fighting is actually helping Logan get his... Oh, hello. Got a big crash. Both Williams involved. It's a red flag.
Red flag.
So, well, that changes our strategy here. Just a little bit, not much, but it does mean it'll be a change here for Sargent. So, yeah, I could make that work. What about soft, soft, soft? Could I make that work? Only if I go like that. So if I go like that instead, and that's about the same. So we'll switch over to that strategy. And now we're both going to be running soft, soft, medium to the end after the restart. We're going to go a little bit more aggressive on the restart now. We'll have full batteries. We'll have a lot more fuel. And let's see what happened to the two Williams drivers. Oh, that's why we got the red flag, because Zhou is blocked. Fittipaldi, another big shunt into the wall. That's the second race in a row Fittipaldi's hit the wall, spun back across the track and taken out another car. This time it's his teammate.
As for the team back in the garage, that was a tough moment to watch.
Well, he's nothing if not consistent. Okay, soft tyres for Logan and a new set of soft tyres for Mick. And just like that, we are now getting our payout.
The restart
So
is
it doesn't matter
moments
which
away
driver
as the
finishes
race
ahead of the other one now.
continues.
As long as they're both
And it's
finished.
lights out, and away we go.
And there we go from being 3 kilos under fuel to a kilo over fuel. And it's another penalty for Fittipaldi. No surprise there. It's a great restart for us, look. But we've seen this before. Sargent runs out of space, but then does manage to get the move done. Schumacher gets past one Alpine, who then drops all the way down again. Gasly was able to get back on track before Hulkenberg, and he has dropped a second and a half off the pack.
Charge on.
Yeah, copy.
Let's save the battery if we can.
So we touch the pack.
Let's see what everyone else has done with tyres. So a lot of cars have gone onto hard tyres. That's pretty much expected. Quite a lot of cars on mediums as well. If you have gone softs like us, Verstappen, Russell, Stroll, as we get dive bombed by Magnussen.
We will totally catch them up, okay?
And he squeezes us out there.
Let's just get into a rhythm.
So, confidence is back up again. I asked for retirements and I got them. I did ask for retirements. Right now, Haas and Magnussen are, I think, the only two drivers who have actually made a stop. I don't know why it's not showing an extra stop there for Magnussen. Unless he has kept the same tyres on. He's kept the same tyres on.
Make sure you give some energy.
Copy.
Magnussen's still ahead of us. Gas is caught back up again. We're being held at Logan's pace here. His confidence is back into high. Mix is back into very high. And Sargent immediately loses some confidence as he gets overtaken by Ocon.
I can't anymore.
Don't worry, that's fine. You got Magnussen first car behind you.
Can we stay with Ocon? That is the question. Don't have a huge amount of battery left. Schumacher's now been dropped.
Mode push, mode push.
So I need to push him.
Need some recharge.
Yeah, got ya. Copy.
There we go. He stays tucked in. I did not want him to overtake
That's
there,
all I've got.
because he would have just immediately been re-overtaken again. This way I at least get to pick up the DRS again on the main straight. And just get a tiny little bit of extra battery in. Gasly has gone through, but we've got the DRS on the back of him.
Okay, charge on, charge on.
Just about hanging on to high confidence now.
Yeah.
Okay, charge on.
And
Copy.
Hulkenberg gets us as well. I can't wait for us to finally get some upgrades on this car, but still 2 more weeks before we can even start building them.
Copy.
Remember, overtake is available.
Copy.
All driving and management, very good.
Now we just need to settle in. See if we can stay with this pack. Give us a chance of at least getting something slightly better than last but one.
So we just need to go charge on.
So Magnussen's decision to not change his tyres under the red flag is going to come back to bite him a little bit.
That's all I got.
He's going to have to box early compared to everybody around him.
Left.
Let's switch focus to Logan.
We are happy with your time management. Could we get a bit of feedback on tires?
Tires are okay.
I think Ocon's trying to break away from us. Can't afford to let him up. I was about to think about putting the battery back into harvest, but got to make sure we keep that DRS.
Magnussen has DRS.
We didn't do on this straight.
Copy. Yeah, confirm.
And it's a double DRS zone again. One activation point, two zones, just like at the beginning of the lap. So we didn't get it there either. We did get it there though, I think.
Copy that.
No, we didn't. Again, bugger. Magnussen just blisters past us using battery there. He's getting ready to box. He pushes us wide.
Don't worry about it.
And we lose a big chunk of momentum there. Has allowed Schumacher to close up by nearly 2 seconds. Hulkenberg's going to lunge us. He thought about it. He just about managed to keep him behind. Schumacher, did he get into range? For DRS.
How's the deck, Mick?
Yes, he did.
And let's go charge on, please.
There we go. Hulkenberg's gone through on Logan.
I don't have that pace.
Head down. First car behind you is not Gasly.
Yeah, Magnussen's taken off like a rocket, but he has to box. Probably next lap, probably not this one.
You have Gasly ahead. Gap ahead, 0.5.
Tyre wear is better than I thought it was going to be. So we'll just edit the strategy slightly. Stagger them for different laps. Let's do a little bit of tyre saving with Schumacher.
Try and get the temps down.
Copy.
Oh, lovely move. Get past Gasly.
You're doing great. Next is Sargent.
There is Kevin into the pits. Hard tyres. Given the way he's pushed his tyres, I don't think those will take him to the end. I think we might see him stop again. Be interesting to see what compound he does go for.
So heads down, focus. Contact available.
Copy, copy.
Plenty of K1 available when you need it.
Copy. Copy.
To charge on.
Copy.
No, don't lunge. Ah, he lunged. Damn it.
Just do the best you can. Car behind is Kevin.
Right, we don't have to worry about Magnussen catching us up. He hasn't got the pace to close at 14 seconds in just a couple, 2 or 3 laps.
Copy.
Can push even more.
Try to stay within GRS.
Confirm.
That's it. That's all I've got battery-wise. Sitting duck.
How's your tire holding up?
Those seem to degrade a bit. But it's so fine to go.
But can we get back past
Okay,
Gasly?
charge on.
Copy.
So watch DRS.
Copy.
Charge on, charge on.
Copy.
No, not quite.
Charge on.
Copy.
Like a couple laps or sooner than that?
Copy.
No problem.
Confidence level is not good. Better for Sargent at the moment. We're going to pit him next lap.
So we are boxing.
Box.
And then we get to unleash Schumacher.
Look at pull up to Gasly.
And Schumacher with a full battery as well. And this time Gasly gets through.
Okay.
Need some recharge.
Charge off.
Okay.
Box now. Mick, box now.
Copy. Box is up.
So we are still close enough for Sargent to get some extra battery in the car. Mick might have a lunge.
DRS.
Yeah, copy.
He's not going to. So Mick will have a nice DRS boosted run onto Gasly now. Joe's into the pits. There goes Sargent.
Yep, copy that. Pit entry.
Joe out on set of softs.
And clear on pit exit, clear on pit exit.
There's us at the back of the grid. Be expected.
Your P20. Magnussen on first car ahead. Gap 8 seconds.
Now we're going to make a move, hopefully, on Gasly as we prepare for our pit stop with Schumacher. Can we get him here? Go on, Mick. Yes, there we go. Lovely stuff.
Okay, charge on, charge on.
So, an extra little bit of confidence back for Schumacher right before he stops.
Rear left if you can at all.
Yeah. Box.
.7. Yeah, not bad.
Sergeant at exit.
Stroll has picked up some damage. That's probably underfloor.
Car ahead is Sergeant.
How is our confidence that low? Thought it was higher than that going into the pits.
Add lift and coast in turn 1.
Copy.
More like 025.
Copy.
So let's see what our pace shakes out at. Sargent's tyres now up to temperature. Mick will take another lap yet. Ideally, we need to be lapping quicker than 126. I want to be lapping in the 124s ideally, but I'll take a 125. We can can go faster than that, that would be ideal. Sargent crossing the line. It is a 124.8. I will take that. That is not bad. Hopefully we'll be a little bit quicker on this next lap as well, because the whole lap will be at optimal tyre temp now. But we are, unfortunately, considerably slower than the cars that have just stopped in front of us, Magnussen and Joe.
Your tyre temps are good. Probably.
And there you can see Magnussen's hard tyres down to 74% already. There's no way they're going to the end of the race. He is definitely stopping again. Schumacher's tyres now up to temperature. Neither driver has performance advantage in terms of car parts, so we're not going to impose team orders. We'll let them, in terms of the order they're going to run. If they get close enough to start fighting, we'll impose team orders at that point, just so they don't destroy each other's confidence. New personal best for Logan, a 123.9. Excellent, so the times are coming down as the tyres get up to temp. A 124.2 for Schumacher. His next lap should be fractionally quicker as well. And now the confidence should gradually start to trickle its way back up. Right, George pits from 6th place. Where's he going to feed out? He's going to stay ahead of Valtteri. And we're about half a lap behind the leaders, maybe a little bit more. Let's see, we're doing 123s. And we are, oh no, yeah, we're more than half a lap down. We're 55 seconds down with Schumacher, so yeah, we're about half a lap ahead of Sainz, or behind Sainz and co. That's a big train actually behind Sainz. Let's take a quick gander at this. So you got Sainz in 6th with Tsunoda, Piastri, Hamilton, Alonso and Stroll, all very close behind as well. Ricciardo currently running in 5th place, and both the Red Bulls are in nose to tail. Bad stop for Max now could be horrendous. It is a bad stop. It's not horrifically bad, but it's bad enough. And we have a fault for Perez, for Verstappen as well. Gearbox playing up on him. So another race that Verstappen is probably not going to win. This is good. We don't want him to get up ahead of steam and run away with the title. Valtteri's in. Not a bad stop. New set of softs. 123.9, 124.1 on the previous lap. Valtteri's going to come out right behind this little gaggle of cars. There is us, just in the background. It's a 124.7 for Sargent. That's a bad lap.
Don't worry, don't worry.
And a 123.9 for Mick. So Mick closing the gap. Let's give them both a little blast of battery now.
He's overtaken.
Copy.
And let's go back to
Can have some tire feedback.
the fight here.
Tire feedback.
Sainz has bolted.
Tires are okay.
Yuki hasn't got the grip to go with him, and now Oscar is going to have a look. Slides on through. Danny Ricciardo all the way up in third place. Dream result for him would be a podium here at his home Grand Prix. Don't think he'll be able to hold on for it though. Now Mick is getting close enough to have a look at the back of Logan.
Okay, next Sergeant. Gap 0.5. Lots of battling ahead, anything's possible.
Yeah, copy that.
Mick just pushes him wide. I'm coming through,
Yeah, copy
and
that.
there ain't nothing you can do about it. It's the instruction there.
Need some recharge.
Copy.
Stroll and Hamilton both into the pits. Hard tyres for Lewis. Hard tyres for Stroll. And a new fastest lap for Perez, who is not happy, having had to sit and wait behind his teammate.
Copy.
And we have a yellow flag.
Charge on.
Someone running a little wide as both the Alpines are in. It's a lockup for Max.
Now we're watching Max Verstappen here. Nothing wrong so far.
And is that Russell
And
right
there's
behind
the lockup.
Perez?
They took a gamble and it was just too late.
I think it is. It is. So, we get out just in front of Ocon with Schumacher.
Norris ahead.
Hard tyres on that Alpine.
Keep the head down.
And Gasly behind has also gone to hard tyres. And that'll be them to the end.
I'm trying.
Head down.
There we go, Mick back into high confidence now. Hopefully we'll see him start to pull away a little bit.
Gap 0.6. Head down, mate.
Copy.
But Ocon is going to push hard on this next lap or so to try and close back up to Mick. We need to make sure that Logan goes with him.
To recharge the pack.
I think I got the DRS. I hope I got the DRS. I did. You can see Ocon is pushing hard to close up onto Schumacher.
Gap 1.1. Head down.
Let's use that K1.
Copy.
Happy to lean on these tires.
Copy.
Hulkenberg boxes. There he is. And we're getting close to our pit window now.
Charge on.
Okay.
You can use a protect.
Norris and Leclerc both in. And Leclerc will jump Norris. Medium tyres for the pair of them. Ricciardo is now leading the Grand Prix. He will be stopping very soon, though. Piastri up into third, will be stopping almost certainly at the end of this lap. And Ocon is all over Schumacher.
Plenty of cable.
And there's Hulkenberg closing in on Sargent.
Understood.
Ocon behind his DRS.
Understood.
Just too much grip and a little bit too much pace in that Alpine for us at the moment with the state of our tyres.
We'll get back in this fight.
Hulkenberg's going to be on us
Sargent
almost
behind.
immediately as well.
Gap behind 2.5.
Yeah, copy.
There is race leader Ricciardo into the pits. Hope for a good stop for him. Oscar's in as well. It is a good stop. Medium tyres for both cars there. Yuki coming in as well. And Piastri did manage to get out just before Tsunoda came through, so he wasn't held. And that's put Ricciardo down in 9th place between Hamilton and Stroll. Piastri in 11th. Schumacher's just about hanging on to the back of Ocon.
Gasly behind you.
Hulkenberg has got ahead of Sargent. Now we just want to see if we can rebuild the battery
Head down.
with Sargent. He's going to be stopping in a couple of laps. Ah, I've lost the DRS already. Damn it.
Copy.
Here comes Hulkenberg onto the back of Mick already.
Copy.
He's breezing up to us, look. Doesn't even have the DRS, he's just flying.
Management's good.
There we go, we will get the DRS here at the start of the lap.
Let's recharge a bit.
We're going to watch out for Gasly, he won't catch us, I don't think. Right, final lap for
Keep going,
Sargent
doing
before we
good.
box him.
So watch for Sargent behind. Okay, gap behind 2.3.
Box, Logan, box.
Yeah, box.
Cool. Rear left if you can at all.
Copy.
Okay, charge on, charge on.
Understood.
Look how much confidence we keep losing with these overtakes. It kills us. absolutely kills us.
Copy.
Okay, charge on.
Copy.
So it is hard tyres for both of the Alpines and for Hulkenberg. Joe's going to be stopping soon. Kevin is about to stop as well, but they're too far ahead of us, I think. We'll be on mediums. Joe and Magnussen will probably go mediums, might even potentially go softs. Got a yellow flag. Ah, it's Mick running
But
wide.
this is what happened.
How bad was it?
Right, we're taking the second corner. Oh, we've seen a few go off the
That's
track there.
not bad at all. Didn't really cost him any time. He didn't damage the underfloor. Call that a win.
UP20. Gasly ahead. And that's 20 laps to go. 20. I can focus on bringing temperature in the tires.
13 seconds to Gasly. We have to
Copy that.
protect those tyres for a bit, unfortunately.
It's main focus, tire management, please.
Copy.
We will box now, make box now.
Copy box. Good entry.
Into the pits for his final stop comes Mick. Unless, of course, we're going to be a C or a safety car, in which case we may well bolt on another set of softs, see what we can do. 2.7. Been consistent with our pit stop times. They haven't been quick, but they've been consistent.
You have Gasly ahead. Okay, Sargent behind.
Alright, so let's take a look at the
19 laps to
front.
go.
Sainz needs to stop again. There he is.
Yeah, copy.
Leclerc doesn't, I don't think. Leclerc and Norris going to the end. Russell going to the end, probably. Maybe have to do an emergency stop, risking a puncture. Max a little bit better off. Hamilton's going to the end. Ricciardo, Piastri going to the end. Stroll and Perez both going to the end. We might be able to avoid getting lapped, but I don't think we will somehow.
We want to leave court, please.
Yeah, I understand.
I think Leclerc and Norris is going to be way too quick. It would theoretically make sense for us to switch the positions, but I can keep Sargent's tyres in a low push mode like this and keep them in the operating window in the dirty air, which is why I haven't moved them around yet, given that Logan has the higher level of confidence.
Yep, got it.
But I will probably switch him over in a couple of laps.
A bit more lift and coast, please.
Copy.
That damaged rock on that's just appeared. I don't think so. 123.1 for Schumacher. We have got a little bit of pace over the cars in front of us. Not a lot.
Mode push.
Copy. Copy.
New fastest lap for Perez. Where's Ricciardo? He's in 7th place right now, right on the back of Hamilton. Piastri a couple of seconds back. And there is the pit stop for Magnussen and Zhou. New soft tyres for Zhou. He'll get out in front of Kevin, who's also gone for soft tyres. And they're going to come out in front of us. Quite away in front of us. Now I can put his tyres up to normal.
Can you bring the pace up, please?
Overtake available if required.
Copy.
Very quick lap for Charles Leclerc, 120.6. Very slow lap for Norris and Sainz.
No more overtake.
Max is right in that fight as well. Max gets ahead of George. His tyres are really starting to struggle. Sainz is also struggling. That's why he's dropped off the pace. So Max on for a podium. Sainz is staying out. Is he going to try and go to the end on those tyres? We could be in for another puncture, just like we were last night.
Charge on.
Copy.
Mixed confidence just is not coming back, is it? Logan's is.
Copy.
And Max has already got himself ahead. The sign's going to box this lap. We are almost certainly going to get a lap now. Just seeing how far ahead of Leclerc and Norris we are, and it's not very far at all. Sainz is staying out. He's going for it. He's put those tyres into ultra conserve. Russell's going to have to do the same. That means Hamilton, Ricciardo and Piastri are all going to start hunting him down, and Perez as well. The four of them all hunting down much, much faster. Yeah, look at that. 2 seconds, 1.5 seconds a lap. Oh, Ricciardo's pushed wide and he drops down 3 places. Oh, that could be a disaster for his efforts. Sargent has already blitzed his way through. Nick's confidence just not rebounding. Logan's almost back up to... why is Schumacher's confidence not working? Must be bugged. Must be a bug. That should be recovering. He should be well on his way into high confidence by now. Right. Joe is ahead. Gap was only 6.5 seconds, so we have kind of kept with him. Gasly's the target though. Joe's going to be too quick for us.
Our tyres okay?
On those softs, now that we've stopped burning battery. In fact, the gap is going back up again. Sainz's tyres have not exploded yet. They're down to 24%, 31 now for Russell. He's about to hit the puncture zone. Are we going to have a dramatic ending to this race? You see, Piastri has caught him at a massive rate of knots. He took almost 4 seconds out of him on that last lap. Now he sweeps on through. And that's a done deal. Sainz will not be able to fight back. We'll just have no pace in the corners. Tyres down to 23%. Russell down to 29%, and he's going to get hauled in by Oscar now.
If you don't need it, no lift and coast.
Has that gone up a tiny little bit? I don't know. Don't think it has. Ocon's in the pits. And he's still going to come out in front of us. God damn it. There is Leclerc and Norris bearing down on us. We might be the only cars that get lapped now.
Gap 1.1. Keep your con.
Sargent's back into high confidence. +2s. Yeah, we're just frozen at baseline stats, it would seem. That's definitely a glitch. So race confidence is bugged. That's something that needs to be fixed in an upcoming patch.
Okay to push.
Meanwhile, we are getting close. Sainz has finally boxed. He's wondering why he dropped down to 12th. He's on a new set of soft tyres, so expect him to make a push for the flying lap. Russell has not boxed. And Piastri swoops on through, and he's straight onto Perez, who'd already managed to get himself through. They're only 4 seconds behind Max as well, with fresher, faster tyres. A pair of them could still be fighting for a podium place here. Max's gearbox hasn't been a big issue for him. I thought it would be more of a factor. Oh no, look, we are slowly, really slowly gaining some confidence with Mick. But, you know, incredibly slowly. As Norris makes a move behind us. Leclerc shuts him down. Trying to get Schumacher into Sargent's DRS. Just can't quite get him there.
Okay, charge on.
And there we go, through goes Sainz, through goes Oscar.
Okay, charge on, charge on.
Copy.
Plenty of K1 available when you need it.
Copy.
Need some recharge.
Copy that.
Push less.
Copy.
It wasn't Oscar, sorry, it was Norris who went through. And now we've got Schumacher into the DRS zone.
Charge on, charge on.
Copy. Yep.
Cool. Rear left if you can at all.
He is ever so slowly gaining little bits of confidence back. Make sure he's in don't fight. Yes, he is in don't fight. Good stuff. Pretty much back to starting level confidence now with Logan. Yeah, it's a puncture for George. I had a feeling we'd see at least one puncture. There it goes. That's Ricciardo whizzing through. He has lost some time, unfortunately, but back underway again. Piastri now 4 seconds behind Max with 6 laps to go. And there is a chance that we might finish higher than 19th and 20th. Because Gasly is going to get caught very soon by Leclerc and Norris, and that will drop him into our clutches. George finally gets back to the pits. Sainz has taken the fastest lap. Now Russell will have an opportunity to go for it. And what a disappointing end to a race for Russell, having started right, down in the bottom part of the grid. He's now going to be down in 14th place, although he'll probably catch and pass Bottas in the closing 5 laps. So he's looking at 12th place. He was in 12th place after like 3 laps. Now he's that's going to be his best possible finish, I think.
6 to go.
And there we go. That is a big lift from Gasly to let Leclerc through, and he's going to have to do it all over again in a second to let Norris through. Leclerc's looking like he might run away with this one. Although if Norris gets the DRS off the back of Gasly, that could close him back up again.
Rear's getting hot is the limitation now.
Copy.
There we go, that's a big lift to let him through. Norris did get the DRS. What is the gap now? Less than 4 seconds. There we are. Gasly did a 1:24 last lap. We did a 1:23.3, so we are closing at about 7/10 of a lap.
Copy.
His last lap obviously was a much worse because he got blue flagged twice. Gap's now under 3 seconds. Four laps to go.
Yeah, perfect.
Perez and Piastri are now just 3.3 seconds behind Max. They're not catching quickly enough. Although they did take a big chunk out of him on that last lap.
Yeah, control.
And we are now just 2.5 seconds behind Gasly. Russell does take the fastest lap. I had a feeling he would.
Charge off.
Copy.
That's 4 laps to go.
Understood.
Overtake is available if needed.
Copy.
Coming to get you, Pierre. I hope. Might be a little bit too much to do in the closing laps.
The time management and the pace.
Yep, copy.
Mode push.
Copy.
Oh, the gap is so close. 2 laps to go. Piastri's got ahead of Perez. The gap is less than 3 to Max, but I don't think there's enough time left.
To go.
I think Max might just hang on for the podium here.
recharge the pack.
Copy.
So what?
DRS.
Copy.
We're on tire management.
Copy.
Fuel is not an issue for us. We are a lap down. And the engine is so good that even pushing, it's taking a long time to actually burn off fuel here. It's so good at economy. So now we have a chance to gain a little bit of battery and then try and just go hell for leather on the last lap.
We need to save some fuel because we're not going to finish.
Just about got Mick back into DRS range. Oh, and look at that. We've had the move done already. That's not what I was hoping we would do.
Doing good. Situation is at your P18. P18. Just give everything up.
He squeezed us a little bit on the apex.
2 to go.
Yeah, confirm.
But we will retake the place.
And use overtake. Use overtake.
Now, can we get Mick through as well? Gasly's going to have DRS.
We have Gasly ahead. Gasly 0.5 ahead. Maybe get this race back to us somehow. Got no DRS.
Come on, hold him off, hold him off, hold him off.
Keep
Get
him
the move,
behind.
get the move, get the move. Ah!
This is currently disabled.
We're just going to do it.
Yep.
Oh! So close, but we just managed to get both cars through on Gasly there. So we finished 18th and 19th. We could have been a little bit more,
Sargent ahead.
That's Leclerc.
a little bit
Charles
more
Leclerc
aggressive with the
is
sponsors,
today's
but I mean,
winner.
you know, we would have needed,
Okay, that's checked.
absolutely would have needed retirements, and you can never guarantee those. So we made the right decision, I think, just going 21st and 21st. I could have gone 20th and 21st, but I didn't want to take the risk. So I didn't know which driver would be better, and as it turned out, you know, Mick was glitched for a large chunk of the race there, with his confidence just not recovering at the right speed. Max did hold on for third. Piastri got fourth in his home Grand Prix. Ricciardo in 7th place in the end, couldn't get past Hamilton. Perez's tyres were dying at the end. Alonso's tyres were also a little bit iffy, as were Magnussen's, Hulkenberg's, Joe's. We have a yellow flag. Has someone run out of fuel, or is that a puncture? Why have we got a yellow flag? Oh, we've got someone stopped on track. It's Bottas. Bottas ran out of fuel.
It's been a long race, but there's Kevin Magnussen coming back.
A 14th place finish today, no points and lots to think about.
And the Monegasque driver certainly proved his worth with a terrific drive today.
Their first win of the season, and the team looking on will be very proud, I'm sure.
Well, it wasn't exactly a walk in the park, but it was a thrilling weekend here for us all at the Australian Grand Prix. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
It was a strangely mixed weekend for them. We saw one driver put in a strong performance, but it was a different story for the other. Definitely positives there, though.
And that's about that for this weekend's here in Melbourne.
Next round will see us head east as F1 prepares for the Japanese Grand Prix. We'll see you at Suzuka, a firm favourite for the drivers.
Suzuka, a circuit where we would have had at least one upgrade available, maybe two, for one of the cars. But we haven't even been able to start building them yet, so that's now not going to happen. Confirmation of the final result. It is another win for Ferrari. Back-to-back wins for the Scuderia. Leclerc getting the win tonight this time, ahead of Lando Norris. Max in third, does manage to stay on the podium. Oscar up 5 places to take fourth, just under 3 seconds behind in the end, ahead of Perez. Hamilton, Ricciardo in 7th. At one point was actually leading his home race, and then lost out with that move where Hamilton got through, pushed him wide, and he dropped back behind a couple of other cars as well. 7th, not a bad result for him in the end. Sainz in 8th place, running his tyres till they almost popped, and in the end that cost him quite a few places. Stroll in 9th, Tsunoda in 10th, 11th place Alonso. George up 6 places, got the fastest lap, but missed out on points because he ran his tyres till they did pop, and cost himself a buttload of points tonight after a really strong race, having started in 18th. Bottas is 13th, then it is Magnussen ahead of Hülkenberg, Zhou ahead of Ocon, Sargent in 18th, Mick in 19th, Gasly in 20th, and then no finish for either Williams. Once again, for the second race in a row, Fittipaldi hits the wall, bounces onto the track, and collects another car. This time, his teammate. Not good. Not good at all. So, in the driver's standings, Charles Leclerc goes top with 61 points. Sainz dropping down into second. Only 4 points scored for him today. So, he misses out on the chance to be really tight with his teammate there. He is already 16 points behind after that result. Norris up into third place, 1 point ahead of Max, just 3 behind Sainz. Then it's Perez, 10 points further back behind Max on 31, 1 point ahead of Piastri, who is on 30. Hamilton up to 7th with another 8 points tonight. He is on 15, ahead of his teammate by 1. Ricciardo moves above Alonso into 9th place with 10 points, 2 clear of the Spaniard. Yuki is in 11th place. Stroll gets 2 points to move him within 2 of Tsunoda in 12th. Then it's Albon 13th, Hülkenberg 14th, Magnussen, Bottas, Zhou, Ocon, Mick, Fittipaldi, Gasly, and Sargent. Take a look at the constructor standings. Ferrari with 106 points, so into triple digits already. 29 points for them tonight. They outscored Red Bull by 4, so the gap now up to 34 points. McLaren in third, still in the hunt. They tie with Red Bull on 72 points, having outscored Red Bull by 5 tonight. Then it's Mercedes in fourth on 29. RB moving above Aston Martin on 15 points into fifth, with Aston on 11 and 6th. Then it's Williams, Haas, Sauber, Alpine, and Brabham. In the pit stops, we did not get a quick enough stop. All of our stops, I think. First stop was a 2.9, but our other stops were 2.7s. We were about a 10th away from the leaderboard, as you can see. Tsunoda there with a 2.6. So RB get off the mark with some points tonight. 7 points, because Ricciardo scored as well. So the standings look like that. It is 86 points total for Red Bull. Ferrari do close the gap a little bit and move above McLaren by 3 points into second on 48 points, but they are still 38 points behind Red Bull. McLaren are 10 points ahead of Mercedes, who are fourth, and Alpine 10 points further back in fifth. Aston in sixth with 20 points. We are seventh, no points for us, but we are on 12 points, 2 ahead of Sauber, who move up a place, as do Haas and RB, everyone jumping over Williams. and we do get a double bonus payout, so 410,000 added into the coffers. Mick gets an overall rating increase to 78. Very nice. We get our helipad up to level 3. That's going to cost 480 grand. Let's go ahead and plop that in. Next up is Suzuka, 11 days away. Let's just check the feature results from Australia first of all. Beganovic ahead of Tim Tramnitz and Oliver Goethe in the F3 race. And then it's Bortoletto ahead of Pepe Marti and Jack Crawford in the F2 race. Let's have a look. So we will get our sponsor money through before the next Grand Prix. And there you can see that is when our side pods and chassis will be ready to go into production on the day of practice at Suzuka. We were supposed to have them there, but obviously that did not happen. Thanks to another design centre fire. That really does need to be toned down. We get those every single season. Tour Centre hits level 2. Let's give that a bump as well. Extra 100 grand, but that will boost us by another 12,500 a week. So definitely worth it. Three days to go until we get the weather forecast. 2 more facility upgrades coming through. Going to get an end of month payment as well from the board. Low stock in suspension. Oh, that's a point. We never actually checked our car. They both passed aerodynamic checks. That's good. Very good. What did the board think? They were satisfied with Melbourne. That's good. They were satisfied because I was expecting a disappointed from the board tonight. So we still have medium confidence, which is good. Still, though, way below our objective. 1 point could change everything, but we are absolutely nowhere near challenging for points right now, unless there's going to be like 10 retirements. And even then, it might be a struggle. We could well just be 11th and 12th. Depends on which cars are the ones that retire. So, let's advance time a little bit more. Race Sim hits level 2. That will help our drivers. Boardroom is up to level 2. That will help distract the board from how shit our car is. The design centre is no longer on fire. About time. And there we go. End of the month, start of a new month. So Ramon Espinosa gets a rating point increase. He is one of our reserves. There is how appallingly bad our car is. Looking at our development drivers, 1 point gain in accuracy for Mr. Espinosa. And Monica Almeida gains a point in cornering, a point in smoothness, a point in adaptability, and a point in defending. So she had a much better month. Although I think I might have done something with Espinosa. Did he do anything on the sponsor plan? No, he didn't. So just a really bad month for him then. All right. Not ideal. Let's have a look at March in Formula 1. Sauber have done a new suspension, but it seems to be one of the worst on the grid. Good. And they're now working on an underfloor. Haas are having a bad start to the season, according to Komatsu there. How have our drivers improved? Well, Mick has gained a point in cornering, and that is it. So, yeah, not amazing, but not surprising, because we did put both of our drivers through some sponsor work this month, and we had no driver sim, I think, at the very beginning of the month, or at least at the very beginning of the sponsor period. So, no real surprise there. Let's do our pit crew training, and then we'll sign off for the night. So what's our fatigue level? Nice and low going in. That's excellent. So we will immediately pump in a couple of days of full speed training. There we go. And then we can recover 9% a day, which means we will go into Japan fully rested. And then we'll go with some split training, so we can work on our stats as well as our pit stop speed. Need to make sure we are fully rested going into China, if at all possible, because that's a sprint weekend. So we will gain more fatigue per day during that weekend than we would on a normal race weekend. 10% a day instead of 8. You can see we go from 8 to 16 to then 31 on race day. And then here it goes 10%, 10%, and then 17% on the final day. I do need to just dial this back a touch. So instead, let's make that a day of car building. And there we go, 1%. That is close enough. And then we can go back into more split training again. We're going to actually tweak our training schedule a little bit as well for the end of the month. That's still a bit too much. There we go. Perfect. So, looking at our stats, you can see that our weakest area at the moment in terms of our training is, apart from car building, is our new tyres on. So we're going to try and allocate some very specific training just to flatten out our stats across the board if we can. So let's go first off with a bit of jack training, and then a bit of used tyres off, a bit of new tyres on. And then we want some wheel gun training. And then we need to just balance things out a little bit more on the new tyres on. And there we go. So that will put all of our pit crew abilities onto 62. So now we can just keep our training on balance going forward, and all of our stats will increase at the same rate. We won't have any individual weaknesses. In theory. It'll certainly be much more tightly grouped. And because we'll be well rested on the final day of the month, we should start the next month with 0 fatigue. Again, in theory. So we'll confirm those changes. There we go. Let's have a look at our mentality hub. Yeah, what a difference a race makes. Drop down into negative and neutral. How are our drivers feeling? So they were happy with the team race results in Melbourne. Happy with a couple more facility upgrades being started, but they are overwhelmingly unhappy with the car, other staff being of a low level, and the facilities not being up to snuff just yet. For Sergeant Mick, pretty much exactly the same. So we know where we need to work. It's just getting there. We got a little bit of extra cash, which is good. Has training been opened up yet? I don't think it has it? Research, sorry, not training. Well, we haven't even got any slots open up yet. We should have a new ATR period coming up very soon as well. Where we are right now? We are here. When's the next ATR period? Oh, it's a month away. There is where research opens. That's 2 weeks away. So we'll get our regulation vote tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. Monday night after Suzuka. And then we'll find out what that'll be as we get ready for China. So, not the greatest race, but I never expected it to be. I knew we were going to struggle for pace in Melbourne because, you know, a one-star car with no real benefits anywhere is always a horrible car to take to Melbourne in season 1. So I expected us to do really badly. The fact that the board was satisfied and we did manage to get a little bit of extra cash out of our sponsors tonight helped immensely. I am disappointed that we don't have any upgrades to go onto the car for Japan. Ideally, we would have had one new chassis and one new suspension. One new side pod and one new chassis to go on the car. But neither of those will be ready. The design center exploded again. So they will have to wait now until China. But maybe we can get something out of China. I don't know what we'll be able to do tomorrow. On Monday with Suzuka. It is 4 days away. Let's take a sneak peek at the weather forecast. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot and dry. So it's going to be another rough race for us then, I think. We'll just have to try and muddle through as best we can. I think retirements might be a little less likely there. But who knows? There might be something. Hopefully Mick won't be glitched out tomorrow with his confidence as well. And it will recover at a proper rate. If it doesn't, we could be in real trouble for the rest of the season because he is our better driver of the two. And if he's not going to be able to recover his confidence every time he gets a dip, that's going to really hamper him. Yeah, we shall see. Tomorrow, I am going to be doing a stream, a little test stream for a little bit on Twitch. I will probably stream some race replays for a little while. I may even be back again after that, after a break with some hell diving on Twitch. I will link my Twitch profile on the YouTube community tab not long after this stream ends. So keep an eye out for that. If you are around tomorrow and you want to bump over and keep me company while I try out Twitch, then please do feel free. If not, no harm done, and I will see you all again on Monday at the usual time of 8 p.m. for round 4, where we head to Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.